Mace. Yeah, Mace. Yeah, I was expecting like Mace on like Oasis or something. But here we go. We have our game. We got our players. We got Jesse up in the north corner. He's got a really interesting map spawn. Barry's up against the wall. He's got decent wall off on the left of his base, a pretty open front in the center, and two shorefish on the north that he can grab if he wanted to. That makes it a decent-ish map, but if we take a look at extra properties, the gazelle are pretty far and kind of bugged, and this gazelle is pretty bugged. Ooh, if he doesn't find these shorefish, he might even have trouble clicking up. Unless there's an elephant somewhere that I'm missing, but I don't see one just yet. I want to check my settings real quick. Usually I need to do the scroll speed low. Okay, we're good. Meanwhile, his opponent, Kylo Ren with Yamato in the red on the south corner, does have better access to the sea and is already getting a nice house wall up, blocking a position there. Decent gazelle push that he can get going. Not seeing. Oh, two elephants. If he spots the sea, he could spot these elephants, but these are kind of tucked away in the corner. That's tough. That's tough. So we'll see how this plays out. I'm really pumped. Kind of jumping back into the Classic Cup. I haven't done consistent casting in quite a while, actually. It's been 8 months, 9 months since the last tournament. Um, so it's really exciting to see players still signing up, still playing the game, and I'm finally back able to do some casting. Although, as you can tell from the start of the stream, things are going to be kind of chaotic, at least at the start, while we get back into the swing of things. I don't have as much time as I used to, so just doing the best I can, getting this all set up. Huge thanks to Voltune again for helping admin the tournament, which is going to be absolutely vital, as shown already. Um, just getting this all running, it's kind of a lot to handle when you're dedicating so much time to the cast as well. Um, but yeah, let's see. This could be a problem on the left if he doesn't spot it. If we look at the sea, this deep sea is beautiful. I would say red obviously has better access to it initially, but we've seen enough inland games. Oh, he got the gazelle push to here. Were there gazelle up against this and I just missed them? Am I just blind? Or did he push those a distance? But yeah, back to the sea. I think I think it's going to be quite interesting if yellow can apply pressure. We saw a lot in the fight of the Hittite tournament was all on inland, so we saw so much inland, and in that the deep sea wasn't always free for the player who was closest. I think that was the biggest takeaway that I had was that in a 1v1, access to the sea via proximity does not guarantee like that it's yours, right? These sneak vills can just spot it before you do, right? If you get unlucky with the scouting pattern or don't properly read like what the map layout is starting to look like, things can get dicey. But we see Kylo Ren did find one of the elephants on the right. Didn't grab the second one for such a long lure. That's a lot of Vil time, but it should be good though. He's doing a good job staying in front. Oh, he's got one shot left. That's decent enough with the Yamato Vil speed. He'll be okay. Meanwhile, Jesse does have his Vil quite close. This could get spicy. I believe this is not fully blocked off. This is a straggler tree here, so this could be broken into at any moment. You might even be able to path through that if you're careful. But looks like the Yamatoville will find the Karth one, and Yamato really dangerous to go forward against them because your Vills so susceptible to exactly this. He got the first hit, and now he can just chase him down, and with that extra move speed, really do some damage. Now we'll see if this ends up mattering. There doesn't seem to be a hill nearby, like whatsoever. Look at how flat this is. Usually, the trick is to bring your Vil to a hill and try to use the hill advantage to counteract this. Is he microing this, or is that just the Vil? Is this Goldie versus Goldie? Indeed, Vertex, it is. Kylo found the elephants. That's really good for him. Indeed. Over by the house wall, these are two strags. Yeah, these are strags, but it looks like he handled that. He saw that. He understood. He understood. And two more forward vills coming out for Jesse. That's hot. That is hot. And he's on his way up. Oh my gosh, I missed that click. That was a fast click for Karth. That's what you do expect, though. That extra food and wood just lets you get, like, pits like this. You're just so much more comfortable. Did he lose the Vil? It looks like... Oh, do we have our first loss of the tournament to a lion? Wait, we gotta check. The first death in the tournament is to a lion. That's very fitting for First death of the tournament is to a lion. Perfect. Exactly what we want to see. Mwah. Perfection. Chef's kiss. That's what I love. That is what I love. AoE1 is just so unforgiving. I just love it. I mean, he did lead. He probably tried to like bait it. I'm sorry I missed that. I was too busy looking at like wood lines. I don't know. He's probably trying to bait it into the lion or ran accidentally into it, but double rack's already up for Jesse. We're going to be seeing an Axeman play from here, as you can tell from the top left there. Meanwhile, Kylo Ren not even up yet. This is going to be brutal. He does have a convenient house wall to rely on, but there is a little gap there. Could get dicey. The Axeman might just path it for him. If Jesse just kind of clicks in, he's setting his rally point to the right direction. He knows where to go generally. I don't think he got a ton of scouting information. This house feels... Oh, no! He relied on a strag. Uh-oh. I think there's even a gap here. Uh, you gotta check that. Oh, that's so bad. This could be an absolute disaster for Kylo. And he's relying on this strag. Oh my. You gotta come wall this, and you gotta wall there fast. This Axer might just get in with a right click. If he tests the walls, this could just be open. But we'll see. It looks like he's gonna get a Vil up there in time to wall. Looks like this strag is going to at least block the initial pathing, or Jesse's microing it this way. Meanwhile, we do have a paint here. The range is down. Looks like Jesse kind of sees it, but at least he knows it's there. This is going to make your wall spot very dangerous if you're Jesse. Meanwhile, these bowmen could have a field day with the wood line, with the berries, and Jesse's also going to run out of food very soon. With 4 on food, this is gonna look dire pretty fast. Meanwhile, Kylo Ren did get the dock up on the right as well. Access was really good, but a forward dock from Jesse to contest that, but the scout ship will be out in time. If he's smart and he spots this, he could maybe even target the Vils down and deny the dock potentially. He's gonna see it. Does he stop it? If he shoots the other one, maybe he could deny it, but the power build will work here. One Vil goes down. Oh, he didn't shoot. He may have had a chance there to stop it, but he wasn't able to. Meanwhile, the house goes down, but it was able to stonewall here. The first bowman looks like it's out, walking right towards the wood line. Already has the armor upgrade. There's a second one here too. This is going to be so devastating to Jesse. This could be even a GG moment if he doesn't find a solution. The slinger is out. One bowman goes down at the cost of one villager. A second villager will go down for sure. Oh, wait. Yeah, a second villager went down, so 2 bowmen for 2 Vils. Now 1 slinger out already to defend, but no food income, so this slinger will have no friends to help him. Meanwhile, the scout ships 2 out for Kylo Ren. This play for Yamato just so beautiful. Full walled, completely safe now from the threats, unless this gets detected, which it's going to be tricky to spot that. That's a hard one to find. I'll give everyone that benefit. This is kind of potentially exposed under that strag, but not too bad. Meanwhile, the bowman back in on the wood line. Looks like he took out the slinger, or did the slinger get baited? The slinger got baited up to there to the berries to defend, but now there's no slingers at home at the wood line to defend, so really, really tricky spot for Kylo Ren. Oh no, sorry, for Jesse. Got the names wrong. My bad. Yeah, this is still pretty rough for Jesse. Just idle Vils everywhere, about to run out of food. If his third slinger can maybe camp this, but there's even a barracks here. This is going to get ugly fast. He does have the dock forward, but unable to really accomplish anything now that it's camped by 2 scout ships and Yamato at that with the extra HP. It's just going to be absolutely brutal. Jesse now considering moving forward with the Axeman, or not moving forward, coming home with the Axeman to defend, but I fear it's a little too late. Fear it is a little too late. As the Axemen run towards the wood line. No upgrades, so maybe could have just fought that with the Vils. Surprising to see no upgrades, but we do have the attack upgrade on the way. Nice little quick wall there to keep him alive. Maybe he can rat this one out. If he goes off into the map and hides, Jesse could put himself in a great spot. He's going to open, let himself in. No attack upgrade on the Axe Rush because he ran out of food. So things looking dicey. 18 pop to 41. This is becoming a runaway situation. So we'll see what comes of this, but looking dire. He might be able to clear up these two axemen in his base, 3. But he's gonna say, GG, well played. Game 1, decisive for Kylo. Kylo played that really well. He got the house walls up in critical spots. I would say his map was, in my opinion, much better. He had a very free gazelle push to his TC. He had 2 elephants to grab, which he did get. He had easier access to the dock and smaller walls. It's very much so, in my opinion, a map win. I think there could have been a chance for Jesse if he had found these 2 shorefish with a storage pit on a map with such a low income and, or sorry, with the low food. It could have been a good play, but I mean, otherwise, like this is a good rush attempt. Grabbed the hill, tried to do damage. It's tough when your opponent's map is this good. It's tough. I really like the play with the dock too, just a little too late. It felt like everything there for Jesse was like 30 seconds later than he wanted it to be. But anyway, let's go to game number 2 as we see who can win this. I mean, it's looking good for Jesse in a best of 3. This is, or sorry, it's looking good for Kylo. I I was about to give the wrong player the score. Kylo though, from Aruba. This is the first time we've had an Aruba flag in any stream I've ever done. Um, it's really quite exciting. Hello. Well, we do have some dates scheduled. If you check the Classic Cup Discord, the matches that get scheduled will be announced in the scheduled games. And right now, you should operate under the assumption that I will try to cast every game, um, unless otherwise noted. But a really interesting game 1. Let's see how Hill Country shakes things up, right? Inland is pretty random, and you have to manage the maps really well, so it can be troublesome for some players to adapt to it in time in a 1v1 specifically. In team games, it's generally a little easier to adapt to, but in a 1v1 it can be really tricky to adapt fast enough to the situation at hand, like we saw with the dock. Jesse struggled. But now Hill Country, a lot less adaptation, much more about streamlined build orders. The map spawns are generally more fair. So we'll see what happens here. I'm excited. I'm also curious as to what civs we're going to see picked. I'm going to try and bring this up. So as a reminder, this was our draft. Um, it's sorry, it's not as pretty as it was a minute ago, but maybe I can do this. Ah, here we go. So game 1 on inland went well for Yamato, and that beat out Karth. So that's rough. That's rough. Yeah, we'll see what happens. Hill Country used to be a Slingerfest Kiss of Dead, but it's been less of that recently. It's been a lot less of that recently. So we'll see. Yamato getting a win on Inland isn't too surprising though. Probably one of the better Inland civs. But yeah, let's go back to the tournament. Sorry for the messy stuff, but yeah, the weirdness. So Hill Country, what do you think we're gonna see here? We got Roman for Jesse. Still, Roman might be the Hill Country play. Could see Shang here. Probably Shang. Or do you save Shang for Oasis? Nah, I think when you're down in a Bo3, I think when you're down in a Bo3, you go for Shang. I don't think you bank on the Roman late game. Brackets? Yeah, we definitely have brackets. Can someone link them? I don't have the command set up. The command is from like 9 months ago for brackets, but we have the first brackets coming in. There it is. Thank you, Baltoon. Now, Jesse versus Kylo. What's it gonna be? Roman versus Foe. Ooh, he picked
Start
Roman.
the game
He picked
already.
Roman. He's doing it. And Mace is gonna get saved for Oasis for Kylo. That. Oh wait, I got their drafts backwards because they're swapped in my mind. I thought the players had the other things. My bad. I said that all wrong. So he picked Roman here. I think that's cool. And then you save Shang for Oasis when you're up, right? Otherwise you'd use Shang on Highland if you were down, but he's up. Okay, so we're good. We're back into the game though. We're spectator. Everything's good. Let's see what we got on Highland. We'll start with Jesse in the southern corner, spawning in the red. Has Phoenician and a very tucked away map. Forward stone though, not what you want to see when you're trying to play Mass Slinger. We'll see if he's able to manage that. Gazelle, a little tricky against the wall though. We'll see if he's able to grab those off the forest. Meanwhile, Kylo Ren with the Romans, a dangerous Civ, does have berries in a much more open map, and his stone is just miles away. Oh, you're never gonna wall in like with farms and this like easily. This is gonna be a really interesting game. I wonder if Kylo has to adapt here. Monkey D Tofu versus TK is scheduled. What's that, Veritas? Is that like a show match or something? Or is that in the tournament and I'm just an idiot? Maybe he goes bronze. I mean, maybe. Phoenician bronze can be good. It's dicey though. Ooh. What do you guys think about this start for Jesse? I think this isn't amazing. I don't love this play. I don't love a pit start on Gazelle on low food maps. I don't mind this play if this was like Conti and you're going to fall back to Shorefish eventually and you're going to have a use for the wood early. I think it's much better, personally, just my taste, to use the berries at the start in order to preserve the food as much as possible because he didn't have enough vills to saturate the gazelle right at the start. That's just my opinion though. I think this is wasting maybe 100 food from how you could maybe optimally play, which could make or break the game, but I don't know. We'll see. I mean, I haven't played in a while, so I could just be off with the meta. See, I prefer this kind of play, right? He's killing a lot of them now, but he's going to have more vills able to gather from right at the start. He could even, I would pull vills from the granary here to accommodate that. If you have far strags at the TZ, yeah, exactly. And he had great strags, like 3 beautiful strags, and foe. Foe already like gets enough wood for a standard tool rush. Interestingly, placing the house very defensively. I mean, it's a very obvious spot to place a house, but we'll see if this kind of indicates that a strategy is going to be more defensively minded, similar to last game. That was a strong play from him last time. Maybe just going for it again makes sense to me. Love it. Uh, Kylo though, Kylo's yellow. Oh, they swapped colors on me. Ah, I'm a noob caster. It's been so long. I'm sorry, everybody. I got everything backwards. This is Jesse with an interesting map to try and come back down in the series from. Everything is awful. Oh my gosh. My bad. Both to Kylo and Jesse for getting their names wrong. Twice now. But it's okay. We'll move on. It should still work defensive map. Yeah, indeed. This will work really well, especially if he goes for like just barracks standard play, like double barracks slinger. I think that's what we're gonna see from maybe both players. Ooh, really like that from Kylo, grabbing the Vil in there in the wood line. This is really nice play. This is really nice, and Roman too. Roman's a civ that can do well on an open map like this. Even getting an elephant from who knows where, that might have been a very far lure. Is this tournament sponsored? By our community, it is. Yeah. Donations go to the prize pool. We're already at 650 though. This is a pretty big tournament for AoE 1. We'll see. Kylo Ren getting the first elephant back to his base. This is going to be really nice. This is going to make sure his tool age is nice and clean, and he does get the click now. Meanwhile, it looks like Jesse having some trouble getting the food to click. Does spot this gazelle patch and just pits it. Puts the barracks up there as well. He's up 3 vills. Oh, Kylo is clicking up with 16 vills. I guess he wasn't confident he would have the elephant in time. So we'll see. We shall see. I'm streaming AoE like to the AoE 1 category, correct? I believe I should be. The last thing I streamed was AoE 1, but it was like 3 weeks ago. Yeah, 16 Vil click is surprising to me, Kylo. Very surprising. We'll see how this works. I mean, does he have forward Vils? He does have the painter going down now. His Vil made it across the map. He's got the racks going up. Kind of in the face of Jesse. We'll see if this pressure pays off, though. Last game we saw the player playing defensively with Bitter Eco was able to hold on and win. But oh my god, Jesse still hasn't clicked. This is going to be tough. 22 Vils, though, is decent. Maybe he was thinking about a bronze. 22 plus 2, though, is a really dicey bronze click, especially when you're not stacking food already. I think without two elephants, this can't be bronze. This has to be some sort of sling defense. This is going to be really, really tricky for Foe to pull off, though. This is going to be really, really tricky. Kylo coming in with the first Clubman, already up to Tool Age, Axeman on the way, Armor on the way, almost done. We got the quick wall to save him. The quick wall to save him comes in. Jesse pulling out the tricks, but that's an Axeman on the front lines. And that's actually quite interesting that Kylo, you don't see this very often, but Kylo did Axeman and both upgrades on one barrack play, right? Just one Rex. Usually you'd see a second by now to make sure you can pump your food out, but maybe just not feeling like he has the food eco behind this. He's going to be adding the market, maybe trying to drop down some farms to get some consistent food income going. He did spot berries in the middle of the map. It looks like he will be sending some vills out there. Meanwhile, the Axer from Kylo does spot the hunter. There were a couple hunters kind of dispersed over here. Looks like they kind of ran back home through the house wall. Meanwhile, looks like Jesse going to be quickly walling and going for I don't I don't know. Bowman defense? The slinger switch is going to be good for Kylo if he can pull it off. It's going to be slow. This is going to be slow though. And I think the mistake would be to show the slinger right away. I think you have to read the situation. They have access to the no. Jesse didn't go forward yet with anything except for this. This hunter got away with 5 HP, so he might be able to do something with this Vil later. But if we take a look at the stats, right, like reading this, Kylo needs to understand. Yeah, he's down 2 Vils. He was able to produce Vils consistently at the start of Tool Age, which is really good. Jesse has been idling, you can see, just now producing more Vils, so slowly falling behind in Vil count. Not behind, slowly catching up in Vil count is Kylo after a pretty big deficit there at the start. But he showed the 2 slingers, which kind of shows the hand, shows the upgrades as well. So now Kylo has kind of, put his cards on the table and said, can you stop the sling rush? And we'll see if Phoenician can. I think at this stage, Phoenician might be able to. He's got enough fills on wood to quickly drop some farms, add another 2 barracks, and start spamming slingers to defend? Or is he thinking his walls can hold and go all the way to bronze? That would be dicey. I would be surprised. He's got 2 more on stone. It's got to be slingers to defend. It's just got to be. You can't not. He's doing the wood upgrade now, though. This is getting nerve-wracking. Because with slingers, like, the mass is what prevails, right? Unless he has a really good spot to defend. Let's see. If he was able to defend here, the push, with 2 more barracks here, and maybe a barrack here, and mass slings there, this hill could be his defensive advantage. But if he doesn't, like, wall, like, 4 more layers, he's not going to have army in time. He's adding another barracks now. Meanwhile, Kylo Ren still on the berries mostly, guys. Keep in mind, not investing in the farms yet, using the natural food, as most players do and should. It's very good, but long term, these farms are going to be better. They have really consistent gather rates, so we'll see how this plans out. The attack coming in on this stone wall down to 160 HP. Nearly a fourth of the way there already through, and still no reaction from Jesse. Jesse needs to do something going for it. Did I just see Axeman defense? I swear I just saw an Axer upgrade. I think Jesse's not respecting how quickly this wall is going down. Now sending 4 Vils. A watchtower. Ooh, this is spicy. So, slingers, because of their 2 pierce armor, could repel watchtowers pretty easily. Or not repel, can fight under watchtowers. He's gonna go for some quick walls here, drop some axers into there. I mean, maybe this works. I don't know. 3 damage though means 1 damage a shot against these slings. Like it, it doesn't really stop the slingers. And this wall tile goes up to 44 HP, but he's gonna take down 2 vills for it, 3 vills for it, a 4th vill for it. Another axe spawns with the attack upgrades. I don't even think he had the attack upgrade. It's really rough attack. He does have the attack upgrade, but it's not looking great as 2 more axemen fall to their own demise. This wall segment down to 30 HP. About to be in is what looks like to be 15 slingers. The farms are going to be exposed. More barracks panicking up. He's gonna buy himself a couple more seconds here. That's actually a really big play. This is really, really good, but you can tell this watchtower just not even a threat. He might even just attack it at this point. As more axers in queue, but they're streaming in one by one, maybe getting one hit off before they die. This isn't going to be the play that's going to save Jesse in this tournament. Tournament life on the line. These Bo3s are vicious. Very, very quick series here. Potentially, as the slingers kill the final repairville. The wall segments, though, lowest one at 40 HP, but not being targeted. He's going to buy himself a bit more time. If he can keep his farm safe, another watchtower comes down. Didn't do much the first time. Seems like a lot of Vill time for a not very powerful defensive tool. Meanwhile, the elephant's being used by Kylo. The population's looking good for Kylo. We're starting to get farms for Kylo. He's comfortable enough on his wood income to repit. He's got 4 barracks on this front line now. The slingers really starting to stream in. The count's still around 15, but it's going to be 20 really, really shortly. Look at that production queue. Just really, really clean. These axers streaming in, just going to die instantly one at a time. Not able to mass that group of units. This tower is already on fire. I guess it's buying him a lot of time. You can't really complain about that, and now he is massing a couple axers in his base as well, but this is going to be tricky. The slingers have an opening. They could make their way into the base of Jesse. Jesse pulling a bunch of vills from the wood line, trying to add more barracks. Another vill goes down repairing the tower. And these slingers are in the march of the stone throwers. Come here. Come here, Axe. Dead. Sorry, I just have a lot of fun watching these units. As the farms have to be abandoned, the crops will yield no fruits this season. We will go hungry in the wilderness as they run off into the woods. Not even the woods, into a corner, into a prison of their own making. The axemen unable to prevent the flood from getting in. Last stand. He's got a hold. No, he's not. He's really not. Slinger's coming up the hill. It's a prison. It's a death sentence. Everybody run. Everybody running for the hills. Into the wild we go. But there's an army at the door. They're going to get blocked in. Maybe he'll try to escape out the left. He tries to re-wall behind. It's only 12 slingers in his base. I guess if he can slowly whittle them down with axemen, it could work. One more slinger goes down. But this is looking dicey, boys. This is looking dicey. Kylo, really comfortable position now. Plenty of economy at home in the middle of the map. That's the baller statement. GG gets called. Jesse unable to hold on as the farmers. One last stand. Again to the other prison. This has just been, oh, it's like rats in a cage. Really sad to see there. Those vills stood no chance. But what a series, guys. Kylo takes it 2-0. That's a quick set, but this is it. It was dicey 10 minutes ago. Indeed. It was a quick set, but GG. First set of the tournament, guys. I'm really excited. If you're not in already, please check out our Discord. We have just all of the information you need for the tournament is here. You could check out like the announcements about when we go live. You could check out all this other stuff for the scheduled games. This is going to be once a game is officially scheduled, we'll be putting it here in this column. Sorry, I can pull this down. You can put it here in this column, and so this is how you're going to know basically the stream schedule. It won't be precise. I mean, I do work, so like if it's a weekday and I can't make it, it might happen, but